Ladies and gentlemen, man, what what shows they were. What shows they were. My God. Oh man. Yo, do not adjust your set. It's Hitman Cause and welcome to your official review for both Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania 40. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome, as always, the humble man, Gary. Gary, welcome to the Contracts.
Yo, what's good, my man? Cos Payton, what's good?
Ain't shit, man. Ready to tackle these pay-per-views?
Hell yeah, let's do this shit like Brutus. But before we even do so, I just want to say my apologies that I took this long. I'm sorry. It's just that, you know, life gets in the way. I've been busy a lot. And, I'm sorry we did it like this late. So, my apologies.
Yeah, we making moves behind the scenes, but, we coming back at y'all.
That's right.
Anyways, on the Stand and Deliver, it started off with the NXT title match in which the Wolf Dogs, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker, defended against Axiom and Nathan Frazer. And the challengers got things started off early, attacking the Wolf Dogs during their own entrance.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. That was good, man.
Yep. Then eventually the Wolf Dogs did gain their Baron, and Corbin hit this cool ass Death Valley driver into a brain buster on Axiom.
Oh yeah.
And then there was this moment where Nathan Frazer actually he tried to go for a moonsault. However, Corbin countered him, but then Frazer countered back.
Yeah, that's a fact. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean honestly, this whole show was oh my God, and that match right there, yo.
Yeah. And then Corbin even got both of them because he freaking decked Axiom. Then he hit Frazer with Deep Six.
Oh wow.
But however, freaking Frazer and Axiom still had some nice moments of their own, where actually Corbin actually powerbombed Axiom and he tagged in Braun, but the second he tagged him in, I think Axiom no-sold and then hit and then hit Corbin with hit Braun with the golden ratio. But
exactly.
But that didn't get the job done. And then of course Braun, he had to show his immense skill, and because he freaking hit the Frankensteiner on Axiom, and after this it got a little ticky-tacky because what was supposed to happen was that after the Frankensteiner, Corbin was supposed to catch Axiom and turn it into a powerbomb. But in my opinion, what happened was that after Braun hit the Frankensteiner, Axiom didn't flip like he was supposed to, so in order for Corbin to catch him. So it is what it is.
Right, that's correct.
And then Axiom had another crazy moment where Axiom hit Braun with an avalanche Spanish fly.
Right.
And then immediately afterwards, Nathan Frazer tags him in. Tags himself in. Hits a springboard 450 splash. But, doesn't get the job done. And then
that's correct.
And then there was a moment where personally I think they needed to zoom out a bit, because halfway, and I say halfway off screen, Corbin hit a Deep Six on Axiom. And the thing is, I say halfway off screen because I was barely able to catch it on the side of the screen. So and then and then Corbin tried to flex his in ring game by hitting a splash from the top rope. You know, it wasn't none too special, none too pretty, but it didn't need to be. And then,
Word, man, that's a fact.
yeah, and then at one point I thought it was over for the Wolf Dogs because Braun he tried to hit a spear on the outside to Nathan Frazer, but Action pulled him out the way and he crashed into the steel steps. Then at that point, like I said, I thought it was over because then Axiom hit the golden ratio. Then Nathan Frazer hit the Phoenix Splash on Corbin, but literally at the last possible millisecond, Braun was able to break up the pin. But also, I think that Corbin was going to kick out just in case Braun didn't make it in time. And then the end of the match came where Axiom tried to hit Corbin tried to hit him with a tornado DDT, but like Corbin can easily do, he countered it into the end of days. Then he tried to hit Nathan Frazer with the end of days, but Frazer was able to counter out of it. But then, bam! Braun speared the shit out of him, and the Wolf Dogs retained.
Oh yeah, yo, man, yeah, that. Oh my, like I said, this whole damn thing was crazy, especially that match and others. Like, oh my god, but yeah, man.
Yeah. Now, did you see NXT at all?
No, I haven't.
Well then I can't tell you what happened next.
Gotcha, I'll catch up on that.
Anyways, afterwards was the triple threat match. Obafemi defending the NXT North American title against Dijak and Josh Briggs. One little thing. Knuckles was sponsoring this match. Because when the commentators were talking about the pay-per-view, a big freaking Knuckles suit, well, dude in a Knuckles suit was sitting in the crowd, and Booker was grilling him hard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And of course they had the sponsors all over the barricade and whatnot. Yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah, I know.
But anyways, on to the match. Shit. This dude, wow, this dude Obafemi is built different, but you know he's still human, just barely though.
Right.
Anyways, early in the match, freaking there was this crazy move where both Briggs and Dijak tried to kick Femi, but he countered them both. But they wouldn't stop with the double team because they were trying to get at him with like multiple cross bodies, but he stayed on his feet. Like those shoulder blocks could only do so much.
That is right.
Well, and then eventually they were able to knock Femi to the outside, but unfortunately he was still on his feet. And then Dijak, he tried to hit it. Well, actually no, he did hit a cross body, but it did nothing because Femi caught him and then slammed him onto Briggs onto the floor. Then after that, I'd say that they made Femi angry because then he took one of the chairs at the announce table and threw it at Josh Briggs.
That's right.
But then one of them actually made Femi sit into the chair, and then
Right.
And then Josh Briggs choke slams Dijak onto Femi through the chair.
Yeah, that was a bird, man. That was insane.
Then they truly, got the advantage when they double choke slammed Obafemi. But this didn't last long because a little while later, Femi actually slammed both Dijak and Briggs at the same time.
Right.
Nah.
That man, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm gonna keep getting OMGs, like so many like crazy, like insane, like some insane stuff happened as if we were in ECW. To keep getting oh my gosh from me because this whole pay-per-view was fucking good.
Yeah. Then there was then this one was crazy where Josh Briggs, he attempted a choke slam, but then Dijak countered the choke slam into a Canadian Destroyer.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Then this was even crazier. I honestly thought Femi was gonna get injured with this next part, where Dijak had Briggs on his shoulders, and he was climbing the turnbuckle, but then Obafemi freaking put Dijak on his shoulders, so he was essentially carrying both Briggs and Dijak at the same time, and I thought his legs were gonna give out, but thankfully they didn't, and he hit them both with a double electric chair.
Exactly.
Then this next part, this was actually smart on Dijak's part, where he hit Obafemi with Feast Your Eyes, but then as he went for the pin, he saw Briggs going off the top rope, in which he stopped the pin. So then Briggs hit his moonsault, but he only hit Obafemi with it.
Oh, hey, yo, yeah, man, I did see that. Damn.
Yeah. Then Dijak tried once again. Actually, no, Dijak hit another Feast Your Eyes on Obafemi, but just when we thought it was over, Josh Briggs pulled the ref out the ring. Then Dijak hit a flipping senton out of the ring onto Josh Briggs, which Josh brushed off a little because. And this part, I thought this was over. I thought this was it for Obafemi, because Briggs actually hit him with a shoulder tackle through the barricade, and I thought that was it for him. Because then Dijak hits one last Feast Your Eyes on Briggs. Ref counts 1, 2, but then before he can hit 3, bam, like when Keith Lee got up onto the apron and scared the shit out of Adam Cole. Here comes Obafemi off screen with his hand on Dijak's throat, and then throws him up in the air, hits him with a powerbomb onto Josh Briggs to retain the title. And my God, they could not have made Obafemi look any stronger in that match. Good God, that was amazing. It's amazing in the match how they not only had Dijak and Briggs, show off what they had, but at the same time they were still able to make Femi look bad strong. That was amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh my God. Well, first off, I'm happy that Obafemi retained. That's number one. Number two, oh man, I
Right.
I oh I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having a hard time finding the words because because Femi, he did so great, man, and I was so mind blown by what he was doing. You know.
Right.
So I'll tell you what. I'll end that match off this saying, I hope he has a long, dominant reign. Let's go with that. How about that?
Yeah, honestly speaking, no problem. I hope so too, because the performance from all three contestants, oh my God. I'm saying, oh my God, again, this takeover was so damn good.
Yep. Moving on, we had the 6-woman tag match: JC Jane, Izzy Dane, and Kiana James versus Thea Hale, Kalani Jordan, and Fallon Henley. JC, Izzy, and Kiana took a page out of Axiom and Nathan Frazier's playbook and attacked Thea, Kalani, and Fallon before the match. Before the bell rang. Kalani was showing off her hops when she hit a springboard corkscrew cross body, and
exactly.
Then there was a bit of a moment that almost messed things up for Fallon, Kalani, and Thea, where Thea tried to go for that trust fall that Kofi does. However, JC pulled Riley Osborne in the way, but thankfully for Thea, Riley caught her. So no harm, no foul.
Right.
And then the screen went black for some reason, and I checked with multiple people, and a lot of people, and they all confirmed the same thing during this match. So I'm thinking that one of the ladies had a wardrobe malfunction that caused the screen to go black. But
That's a huge possibility.
But it was only for like a quick second, so it's probably a slip.
Right.
Anyways, JC Jane gave the fuck you sign to Thea Hale, where where you put one arm up and then the other arm crosses onto your bicep.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Then there was a pretty cool moment where Kiana actually tried to go for a superplex. However, Fallon Henley countered it by landing on her feet and then hitting Kiana with a regular suplex.
Oh yeah.
But Kiana wasn't done, because later on she hit Fallon Henley with a Spanish fly. And then Kalani once again was flexing her athletic ability, hitting a moonsault from the ring to the outside on the both Kiana and Izzy. But then, as I predicted, Jasmine Nix, who was ringside, still with her arm in a sling, attacked Kalani Jordan.
Right.
But and of course the ref didn't see it. And also surprised she didn't get ejected, but didn't do him any good, because eventually Thea Hale locked in the Kimura on the Izzy Dame for the win. And now the overall win has to feel good. However, for me, it's not. For me, it wouldn't be a truly satisfying win. The reason I feel that way is because Thea put the Kimura onto Izzy Dame for the win. what in my opinion would have meant more for Thea is if she put it on JC Jane and made her tap, because that was the main issue when it came to this 6-woman tag was JC Jane and Thea Hale.
Right.
But this is the next best thing.
That is right.
Then before the next match, Ava, she decides to cook because a new championship has been announced, and that is the Women's NXT North American Championship.
Oh yes.
Now I gotta ask you this, humble man. Do you think that they're gonna treat the titles as equals, or is the North American title gonna stand out more compared to just NXT champion, compared to the NXT Women's Championship?
Oh yeah. Well, I think it's gonna be equal to the North American.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, do you think it's gonna be equal to the NXT Women's Championship, or is it gonna overtake it?
Oh, I think it's a strong possibility because it's probably gonna overtake it. I want to say it was going to be like similar to it, but I think it's going to overtake it if you ask me.
Do you think this opens up the door for more women feuds?
Most definitely.
Now, one final question before we go on to the next match: who, in your opinion, should be the inaugural champion?
Well, my opinion should be the all-inaugural NXT North American Women's Champion. Who, in my opinion, should have that title? I want to say either Nikita Lyons, Lash Legend, or Cora Jade.
All right. Well, I see two problems with your three choices.
I think I know what you're going to say with one of them.
And that's with both Cora Jade and Nikita Lyons. It's for the exact same reason. And it's because they're both injured, and crazy enough, they're both injured with the same injury.
Oh yes, right.
And you forget, the torn ACL takes a very long time to heal.
That's right.
And this is especially bad because they both had just come back from torn ACLs. So they torn their other ACL. So yeah.
Right.
So I highly doubt either one of them is gonna be the inaugural champion. It will be way too long. But I definitely agree with you with Lash Legend though. Because in my opinion, she's come a long way. Because at one point, and I think we spoke about it at Deadline, but even still, she was a jobber, but she had very good mic skills and charisma, and I even, like I said before, I saw her as a female Trick Williams, but she was extremely green in the ring, and she didn't have the skill that Trick has. But now, she's upped her skill, So, it just
right.
So it just might be her time.
I think so too. And honestly speaking, in her time.
Yeah. Moving on, we have the NXT Women's Championship match between Roxanne Perez and Lara Valkyria. Now, go ahead, my bad.
I'll say yes, this match right here. But yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Um, Now going into the match, Lyra's arm was still hurt, but like with her, she once again shows the heart of a champion, and still goes through with the match. Anyway, and needless to say, I think she had an elbow pad, but that pretty much put a big target on her arm, which allowed Roxanne to constantly work on it and wear it down.
Right.
But anyways, on to the match. Um, the, they did eventually have a moment where it was a car crash where they both tried to go for a crossbody, but they had the same idea, car accident, both get hurt, you know. But eventually they regain their bearings, and Lara, she hits a well placed Northern Lights suplex. Then she bridges it and tries to do a fisherman's buster from it, but her arm gives out. Then later on, she actually does try the fisherman's buster one more time, and is able to hit it. Then this part was pretty dope, and it opened the window for a little what happened next, where Roxanne, she hit a suicide dive into a tornado DDT to the outside, of course, on to Lyra, and then I thought this wasn't going to happen, but Tatum Paxley actually interfered, and one thing that, in my opinion, attributed to what happened to how the match ended was that Lyra actually crashed into Tatum Paxley. And then once she got back in the ring, Roxanne hit a poison Rana. Then hit Pop Rocks, but I'll admit it looked pretty bad. But I've already spoken about that. But that part isn't as important as what happened next to that. Because after she hit Pop Rocks, she then locked in the crossface, and eventually Lyra tapped out, and Roxanne has regained the NXT Women's Championship. Now, I think I spoke about it during the predictions, but are you believing this heel turn for Roxanne Perez?
Honestly speaking, like, yes, like, for real, man, because, like, yo, I'm so happy that you won it. Yeah, I believe in the heel turn. Honestly speaking, shocked to see that she would have turned heel, but yo, oh my god.
Alright, because a lot of people, some of them still aren't finding it believable, feeling that she has too innocent and nice of a persona. But it is what it is.
For real, man, like, yeah, man.
Anyways, moving on.
Oh my god.
What happened?
I said, oh my god, again, this whole pay-per-view was just,
yeah. Moving on, we had the NXT title match. Ilya Dragunov defending against Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Now, to start things off, freaking, it was already crazy where Ilya hit Tony with a suplex, but I'll be honest, this looked pretty dangerous because once D'Angelo was up, they both crashed to the outside, and honestly, that shit looks so dangerous. But I'm glad they're both okay. Like, I'm pretty sure that spot was planned, but even still, that shit looked gnarly as fuck. Um, then actually they did the spot again, but
Oh
freaking,
yeah.
but even still, it didn't look much. It didn't look any better.
Right.
Then
I agree.
yeah, then early on in the match, Ilya's hand injury was playing a role because there was several times where he tried to counter, however his hand wouldn't let him. Like
Right.
like the times where Tony would hit him, and then he'd recoil back, and normally he'd spring back up to hit his opponent. But when he'd spring back, he'd push off on his hand. But when he tried to push off on his hand, it gave out.
Right. That's right.
But in any case, Ilya, fought through the pain like he's so used to doing,
That's
and
right.
and they actually made it back to the outside where Ilya a hit a Death Valley driver into the barricade.
That's correct.
And then once they were back in the ring, Tony hit a top rope sunset flip powerbomb. Well, then after that, he tried to do an H bomb. However, Tony used his legs to push Ilya out of the way, to counter it. Then
Yeah.
then an interesting moment happened that I really got to give Tony credit for, where Stacks, while the ref was distracted, Stacks tried to hand Tony brass knuckles. However, Tony gave it back to him. Told him we're not doing it this way. So I gotta give Tony credit for that. He
Right.
he wants to do this the right way. He wants to do this by the book. So I respect the hell out of him for that.
Right.
But then, not too long after that, Ilya tried to bait Stacks, and Stacks he was about to hit Ilya, but Tony was able to knock some sense into him and talk him out of it. Then Ilya actually disrespected Tony when he kissed him on his cheeks like how the Italians would do, right? But this in turn just made Tony angry.
Right.
Actually,
Yeah. Correct.
and if anything, it woke him up, because then Tony hit back-to-back belly-to-belly suplexes. Then he hit a deadlift German suplex, and then he even hit a top rope belly-to-belly, knocking Ilya out of the ring.
Right.
Then they both removed the announce tables, but unfortunately, this backfires for Tony, as Ilya hits an H bomb on the outside. Then he hits another H bomb through the table. Then he goes for a top rope senton, and despite a connecting, Tony still kicks out. Then he tried to do another senton. However, Tony caught him with a power bomb. But in the end, it didn't do him much good, because afterwards, Ilya hit the torpedo Moscow, then a top rope base bomb, and Ilya is still your NXT champion. And although I'm disappointed Tony didn't win, I I'm still happy with the match because Ilya once again proved that he could not be broken. Like, and Jesus, I thought at this point I don't know who's gonna who's gonna take the title off him because he's taking out everybody unless someone tries to come with a rematch, you know.
Exactly.
And brings it harder, you know. I don't. It's really hard to see anybody take him out, you know. Yeah. But you know, that match was crazy. But you know, the time has come for the main event of Stand and Deliver. And that is Carmelo Hayes, him, taking on that man, Trick Willie.
Right.
And you know, once again, before we get into the match, we have to remind y'all that Ava made it perfectly clear to the ref that there had to be a winner, and so he had to be lenient when it came to doing certain stuff. You know, like counting for countouts and whatnot, because there had to be a winner. And little bit of interesting thing that Trick's family was in the crowd, because I think like he went to college or something in Philly, so he was essentially in his backyard to an extent. Even though in the 2K games he's built from South Carolina, but I digress. Anyways, this actually did go to the outside, where of course the ref, honestly, he wasn't counting. But again, you know, is because Ava said there had to be a winner, so there was that.
Correct deal.
Then Trick, he decides to he decides to channel his inner Booker T and hits two Harlem sidekicks onto Mello, and then he hits him with a flapjack. That was looking pretty dope. But then later on in the match, Mello actually, he shot, but he missed.
That's correct.
Where he tried to go for nothing but net. However, Trick instead countered and hit him with a jumping neck breaker. Then Trick actually hit the trick kick, but it wasn't enough. And then here's a bit of interesting. And here's where things truly get interesting, where Trick tried to hit Mello with the Stinger Splash. However, Mello pulled the ref into the way, and Trick actually took out the ref. Then while the ref is napping, Mello takes out Trick's knee. Then he pulls out a chair. However, Trick gets his hands onto the chair and starts wailing on Mello with mad chair shots. Then the ref eventually comes to, as Melo's about to hit another chair shot, and he actually grabs the chair, and then he takes it from Melo. But then while the ref has his back turned, Melo low blows Trick, and then tries to get the cheap pin, but Trick kicks out. Then, and then the ref catches some more bad luck. This, like, for this match, this was not the ref's night. Because afterwards, Melo tried to hit Trick with a knee strike. However, Trick dodged it, but Melo hit the ref. So now the ref is out again. But during all that confusion afterwards, Melo actually shoots and it goes in swish because he hits nothing but net. However, the ref, another ref does come in time, but Trick kicks out.
Correct.
Then Melo tries to say screw the match and then goes for a chair. Meanwhile, the ref is in plain view. Then to which the ref does grab the chair from him, and then Trick goes for another trick kick. However, this time he misses. Then they both run the ropes on some NXT title shit from the last pay-per-view. And then when the smoke cleared, Trick was able to hit the Trick knee for the win, and that man Trick Willie came out on top to end this pay-per-view. Some slick work by Trick Williams. But I don't think this is the last he's gonna hear from Melo, even though there was a definitive winner. You know?
Exactly, correct.
Just cause I know that freaking Melo is either one gonna come up with some excuse, or he's just gonna say that he's not done with him. But
right.
But for this moment, he is.
Right. That moment, or that match is oh my God.
Yep.
Yep.
But you know, from one pay-per-view to another, we go to WrestleMania, and we start with night one, where the one and only Coco Jones, aka if you've seen Bel-Air, Hillary Banks, did the national anthem, and she tore it up. But at the same time, we were robbed of something, and we were robbed of Solo Sikoa singing the national anthem. I didn't forget about that. When The Rock put the spotlight on Solo Sikoa, saying that he's a great singer and whatnot. We missed the golden opportunity for Solo to show us his singing prowess and singing the national anthem. But still, and hell, Jey Uso was even practicing his piano work to further get him ready. But alas, we will never see. But Coco Jones did her thing.
Yes, she did.
And I know this has nothing to do with the pay-per-view, but I gotta ask you, have you heard anything about another season of Bel-Air?
I had a feeling it was gonna be that. Honestly speaking, just like you, my man, I'm curious myself. I'm waiting to see when the hell it's gonna come on. If you ask me, I think it's gonna debut. I think season 3 is gonna come on probably, I'm saying like about 2-3 months. I want to say, or I couldn't say they're probably gonna save it for the fall. I have no clue. It's ridiculous. We're all in need and waiting. We're all in need of that. We're all waiting on that.
Big time, man. Big time.
Hell yeah, my man.
So anyways, later later on, the show officially opens with Triple H. He cuts his promo, does this that. Yeah. And then on to the first match, which I was surprised that this was. What?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyways, so on with the first match of the night, and actually, I was surprised that this match started at all. But we had Mommy defending the Women's World Title against Becky Lynch. Now, first off, I gotta give Becky her flowers because in my opinion, she shouldn't have been in this match. I don't mean she shouldn't have been in this match because I don't want her. I mean she shouldn't have been in this match because she wasn't feeling well. Because reports came in that despite her wrestling, she had a strep throat and a 102 fever, but yet she still put in work. So I gotta give it to her for wrestling while being sick.
Exactly.
Now I don't know nothing about a strep throat, but I can only imagine wrestling while having a fever is a little tough. Because one would think that having a fever would cause you to get a little lightheaded and whatnot,
Right. Exactly.
And her entrance wasn't too bad either. Because first off, from her book, there were quotes from her book that were being recited by her, of course. Before she came out, and then on top of that, the quotes were also written on her attire. So
exactly.
So I thought that was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
But of course, even with all that and her elaborate outfit, Mommy wasn't about to be outdone, because the band that performs her theme, Motionless in White, performed Demons in Your Dreams live. And they fucking killed it. Oh my god.
Yes.
Yo, they killed it. I was loving their performance. Freaking Rhea was mouthing the lyrics as well. Absolutely fucking awesome. I loved it.
It was great, yo.
But on to the match itself. Now, I'll admit the match was a little shorter than I thought it was gonna be. But they had to trim the match time down because of the main event. But Becky and Mommy, in my opinion, proved quality outreigned quantity, at least for this match.
Right, exactly.
So, but on to the match. Becky hit a good looking tornado DDT, and then later on, Rhea actually flexed her muscle and hit a military press, and then followed up with a knee strike. But but Becky was able to gain the upper hand, and she actually hit the manhandle slam. However, there was a kick out, and then Rhea actually hit the riptide, but again, another kick out. Then this part was crazy, where Rhea climbed the turnbuckle, and then before she could even act to do something, Becky climbed it with her and countered it into a superplex. And then after the superplex, she turned it into the disarmer.
Exactly.
And then the other crazy moment came where, actually in that moment, where Rhea powered out of it and then put Becky on her shoulders. And they flipped it to the outside like how Ilya and Tony did. However, Rhea landed on her feet like how Obafemi did, and hit an electric chair.
Right.
Then in the closing moments of the match, Rhea took a page out of what she did last year and hit a top rope riptide. However, after no, my bad. I got that messed up. She hit the riptide, but she purposely had Becky land on the top turnbuckle when she hit it with it, like face first onto the top turnbuckle, and then hit it with a second riptide for the win. And Mommy is still on top. This was great, and once again, I'm giving Becky all the flowers in the world for wrestling while sick and putting on a show while she was sick. You know, that was great. But Mommy, she still brought it harder, and once again proved that she's always on top. Feel me? Well, moving on, we have the 6-man tag team ladder match for the undisputed tag titles. I don't know if you noticed this, Humble Man, but something funny happened before the entrances happened. Actually, it happened multiple. Actually, it happened twice. Where first off, before they even came out, and like a little as they were discussing the rules of the match, DIY's stage graphics were playing. However, their music wasn't hit, like they just had their graphics playing, without them being out there. But in any case, DIY decided to entertain R-Truth, and they came out with DX-inspired attire. Then, there was another fail during the entrances, where, after the Awesome Truth came out came the New Catch Republic. However, despite New Catch Republic's music playing, Awesome Truth's graphics were still playing. But like I said, New Catch Republic's music was playing, but yet Awesome Truth's graphics were still up. Like, and then freaking Pete Dunne already came out the curtain while the stage still isn't up yet, and Awesome Truth still isn't, like, and that still had me laughing. But there was some good stuff that happened during the instance where, when the New Day came out, that man, Xavier Woods, well, actually, first off, did you watch TNA in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, something like that?
Somewhat, not too much.
Did you remember Consequences Creed?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so Xavier Woods decided to do a little throwback, and he was dressed in his attire similar to Consequences Creed, but he was more being Apollo Creed, mainly because we were in Philly, Rocky, and all that.
That theme, most definitely.
But I still like to attribute it more to Consequences Creed, but that's just me.
I got you.
Then, the Judgment Day finally came out, and they both wore some crazy looking masks, yo. Those masks they had on were dope as a motherfucker.
Yeah, they were.
Now, on to the match. First off, as if NXT was any indication, this match had a sponsor. Wheatley American Vodka had that sponsor was all over the barricade graphics.
Right.
Have you ever had that?
Never had. I mean, not really.
Alright. Anyways, on to the match. So, Grayson Waller. Actually, I forgot to mention when A-Town Down Under came out for their entrance. On Waller's jacket, he was mocking the Philadelphia Eagles, which he gained massive respect from me. Well, I already respected him a lot, but he got a lot of points on for me because he mocked the Fly Eagles Fly with Fly Waller Fly.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I think I did mention that. I mean, I not mentioned. I think I did. Yeah, nothing. I saw that. I just was wondering, like, what I'm saying.
Yeah. Anyways, on to the match. Tyler Bate once again proving here that he is that big, strong boy, in which he brought the ladder helicopter, in which Finn Balor was holding a ladder. But while he was holding the ladder, Tyler was holding him while he was holding the ladder, thus bringing back the ladder helicopter. Then later on, the New Catch Republic hit a double moonsault from the ladders onto everyone. Where like Tyler Bate was on one side of the ladder and Dunn was on the other side, and then they both jump off with a moonsault, knocking everyone down.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And then of course, what match with R-Truth would be complete without a little bit of the funny? Where R-Truth is waiting on the apron, waiting to get tagged in.
Right, exactly.
But they do entertain it, in which he does get tagged in, and he actually hits Cena's 5 moves of doom. And along with successfully hitting the attitude adjustment.
Word, man.
And then there was a bit of sweet double team action from DIY as Gargano channeled his inner Shawn Michaels, hitting sweet chin music, and then Ciampa sort of channeling his inner Triple H, hitting the fairy tale ending. The only reason why I say sort of is because the pedigree and the fairy tale ending, they start off the same way with double underhook. It's just the way they land is different.
Right.
And then thankfully the titles were separated because later on in the match, A-Town Down Under won the SmackDown Tag Titles. However, the match was not over.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And while they were still celebrating, New Catch Republic actually catches Waller and power bombs him through the ladder.
Right.
So one could say, at least for Waller, A-Town Down Under was sent down under.
Exactly.
Then later on, Johnny Gargano hits one final beat onto Pete Dunne through a table. But of course, despite it being his tag partner, Ciampa wasn't about to be wasn't about to be shown up by Gargano, and hits an air raid crash on the Tyler Bate from the top of the ladder.
Oh yeah.
And then at first, just as it seemed as the Awesome Truth were gonna win the match, out pops JD McDonough. Now, because there's no rules, no disqualifications, none of that, his presence was not illegal. And
exactly.
And you know, in any case, he hits the devil inside on the Truth. But later on, Truth actually hits an attitude adjustment to Damian Priest. Well, sorta, because he has him on the shoulders, but then he dumps him to the outside. But either way, Awesome Truth grabbed the Raw tag titles, and pretty much like how we expected, both titles have been separated, with A-Town Down Under once again taking the SmackDown tag titles, and Awesome Truth taking the Raw tag titles. Much deserved for both of them. Well deserved, but you know, Judgment Day losing those titles pretty much opened the door for what's gonna happen on night 2 with Damian.
Oh yes, and we're trying to get to that, folks.
Yeah, but moving on, we had Rey Mysterio and Andrade taking on Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Now remember what I said earlier, where Grayson Waller gained major points with me for mocking the Eagles?
Right.
Rey, he lost major points with me because he was wearing Eagles gear.
Right.
And just seeing them first off wearing Eagles colors, and then having the logo all over his attire, that shit made me fucking sick.
I can't blame you one bit.
And for those of y'all that are wondering why I care, is because I'm a Giants fan, so the Eagles can hold these.
Oh, yes, let him know. Hold that.
But also, Dominic, he had his own custom design as well, in which, if you guys were paying attention, he had a skeletal design. This is an inspiration from legendary wrestler La Parka, or LA Park, how you, depending on how you guys look at it. But
Exactly.
But, you know, on to the match. Really wasn't much to speak of. There was a nice moment where Andrade hit a cross body with Rey on his shoulder. So in a way, you could argue that it was a double cross body. Then, Rey hits the 619 on the Santos. However, Santos, you know, didn't react much to it as he hit a Frankenstein.
Right.
Then later on, both Elektra Lopez and Zelina Vega get involved, and we almost had a dangerous moment. Thankfully, disaster was averted, where Zelina, she tried to go for a moonsault. However, Elektra, she actually had to move up forward a little bit because Vega almost missed. Like, she didn't get enough on it. Then towards
Right.
and then you know, Joaquin Wild once again showed off his crazy hops, where with a little bit of an assist from Cruz del Toro and Carlito, hit a sky high crossbody onto well onto Humberto and Angel. Man. Then at the end of the match, Santos is like, fuck it. He don't care about the end of the match. And he actually wanted to attack Ray and Andrade with a steel chair. However, Dominic was stopped by two rather big gentlemen in Rey Mysterio eagle-colored masks. And in turn, this set up Dominic, in which he hit a 619 onto both of them. Then Andrade hit his finisher, in which he calls the message. And then finally Ray hit a splash for the win. And then as they're celebrating, the masked men in question were revealed to be for current Eagles player Lane Johnson and I'd say eventual Eagles legend Jason Kelsey. So yeah, you know, we had a couple of Eagles under the mask.
Yep, we did. And fuck them.
That's what I'm saying, man. Now, moving on, it was a very highly anticipated match. It was Yeet versus No Yeet, Jimmy versus Jay. And first off,
before you go into that, hold on, my fault, my man. What I wanted to mention too, along with the match, you see the ladder match you mentioned earlier, I was saying that was one of those matches that was going to steal the show, and it damn sure did. Now, go on to this, and I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Now, first off, the promo package for this match was freaking epic.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to say yes, it truly was. That's all. But I gotta say something else after that. Go ahead.
Like the whole my brother's keeper, and they went over their entire careers. Like that was like that promo package was like the perfect build to a match.
Hell yeah.
Then when it came time for Jay's entrance, first he had that man Weezy out covered for his entrance, and he performed a milli for like a couple of seconds. Now, personally, I think Lil Wayne was high out of his mind, because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't even been able to even perform all of a milli, because he probably forgot half the lyrics. Because for one thing, Lil Wayne doesn't write his lyrics. Like pretty much all of his songs are freestyled. And again, I know you don't like him, but I just wanted to bring this out. And also, not only that, but I found it a little funny that he was being billed as the greatest rapper of all time. Don't get me wrong, he's definitely up there, at least in my opinion. He is 110% up there. I will definitely say he's one of the greatest rappers ever. But he isn't the greatest. For me, the greatest will always be that man, the dog, DMX. God rest his soul.
Oh yeah.
Nah. You were co-signing. Go ahead.
Hell yeah, I'm co-signing X, my nigga. Hell yeah. Dark Man X. Made it 3 years he passed away this week. Yeah, Dark Man X. We love and miss you. Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah, man. Anyways, Then after Jay came out came Jimmy, and then Jimmy, then Jay actually attacked Jimmy before the bell rang. A lot of people are attacking before the bell rings throughout Stand and Deliver and in WrestleMania. A lot of people aren't given the courtesy of letting them finish the entrance.
Exactly.
Anyways, there was a nice moment where, of course, they were trading punches, and like with each hit they were given, whenever Jay landed a hit, they were chanting yeet, but whenever Jimmy landed a hit, they chanted no yeet.
Exactly.
But and then Jay looked like Jay was in the driver's seat, kicking Jimmy, and then Jimmy, he actually covered up, and he started to apologize and beg for forgiveness from Jay, and then Jay, unfortunately, he did soften up, but this was all to be a ruse, as Jimmy kicked him, hit the Uso splash, but Jay kicked out. And then later on, Jay spears Jimmy and hit the splash, and he won. And this was the first time the Face brother won. But God, I really don't want to say this, but I'm sorry, this match was bad.
Honestly speaking, yo, I was going to say that I said this match was going to be one of those to steal the show. It was mid.
Like, I'm sorry, man. I had so much expectations going into this match. I was hyped for this match. I thought they were gonna tear the roof off the place. But I was greatly disappointed in both of them.
Yeah, man. Honestly speaking, I was disappointed for that match too. I was like really disappointed in it, just like you. It was mid.
Yeah, and Jimmy, Jay, like, I expect better from both of y'all. You guys can put on a better match than this. You guys have put on better matches than this. But I don't know what y'all were thinking, man.
Oh yeah, man.
And the worst thing about this match was that a majority of this match was a super kick party. Like when I was watching this match, I thought I was watching the Young Bucks, and no, that's not a compliment, because a majority of this match was nothing but super kicks.
Oh yeah, man.
And a super kick is all and well good, but if that's all you're doing, that's nothing, man.
Exactly, man. I agree.
But even then, something happened that I thought was funny. Now, I don't trust this guy as far as I could throw him, and I don't respect his star rating anymore just because he sucks off AEW, and that's Dave Meltzer, who gave this match 3/4 of a star. He literally rated it 0.75, and that was actually lower than when Michael Cole faced off against Jerry Lawler at WrestleMania 27, which actually got only 1 star.
Exactly.
And although I wouldn't go that far of it being bad, the match, in my opinion, was still bad.
Nah, I got you.
Anyways, moving on from that stinker, we actually had something that improved the night, and that was Damage Control versus Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi. Now,
oh yeah.
Now there was a picture that I saw recently of them backstage in which they were praying before the match. So I respect the hell out of that.
Oh yeah, man. I got you.
Then Asuka, she has some ill ass looking face paint. She had a new design going on. I wonder if she had that only for WrestleMania or if she's gonna keep that up.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Then
That's what I'm wondering.
yeah, and then Bianca, Jade, and Naomi, their entrance was crazy, man.
Yeah, they were.
Because first off, they rose up out of a platform with a spotlight on them, looking like the queens that they are.
Oh yeah, man.
And then of course each of their themes played, and then they all came down to the ring with Bianca's theme. Then something pretty interesting happened, where of course they all came down to Bianca's theme, but Kairi Sane and Asuka were vibing to Bianca's theme. Like if y'all paying attention, they were dancing to her theme.
That's a fact.
And this and something else actually rubbed Mark Henry the wrong way.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. Like, how heels normally, get out the ring, when a face comes into the ring.
Right.
Asuka got out the ring quickly, but Kairi didn't. And this pissed off Mark Henry. To which he felt that if he was a girl, he would have threw her out the ring.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And in a way, I understand how he feels about that, but at the same time, I don't think it's that serious. But it is what it is.
Oh yeah, man, I understand.
Because she still got out the ring, just not the same, but not in the same spot as Asuka did. But I understand why he got mad because with the extra time that it took for her to get out the ring, yeah. But still, not that serious.
Yeah, that's right. I got you.
Now then, moving on with the match. Another interesting thing before the match. Was that Jade? She was wearing, in my opinion, platinum for her attire, but Bianca and Naomi were wearing gold.
Oh yeah.
But it is what it is. Now this match, I know you're not gonna like what I'm about to say here. This match was sponsored by Wingstop.
Oh jeez.
And
the six woman match, right?
Yep. They had the Wingstop sponsor on the barricades and shit.
Yeah, they did. Why in the hell did they have to freaking make them sponsor them? Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, hey, they gotta make money. Sponsors are one of the ways to make money.
No, I got you.
Anyways, Bianca starts, flexing her strength, hitting a military press onto Kairi, who then dropped her onto Asuka and Dakota Kai. Then later on, Jade Cargill actually choke slams Asuka, then hits a Michinoku driver.
Oh yeah, man.
And towards the closer moments in the match, Asuka actually sprays. Well, she wanted to spray Bianca with the poison mist, but she ducked and she sprayed Kairi Sane with the poison mist. Then Bianca gets her braid up and then whips Asuka, hits the KOD, and then Jade hits the hits her chicken wing slam. I don't know what she names it, if she has it, if it has a name. And but anyway, she slams Dakota with it for the win. And what a great debut it was for Jade Cargill.
Oh yeah.
Then also another side thing for this match. It's crazy with Asuka. As great as a competitor she is, with this loss, she's still winless at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy, as good as she is, and to think she had an undefeated streak, she has not won at all at WrestleMania. This is crazy.
Oh yeah. That's crazy.
Anyways, moving on. We have Gunther defending the IC title against Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah.
Now, they started trading chops early on, which I thought was ignorant on Sami Zayn's part. But one would think that that his time being trained by Chad Gable did him good. But still, you're trading chops with a dude who's known to having the hardest chops in the entire wrestling world.
Oh yes, man. For real. Honestly speaking, this was a match that was good also.
Yeah. Then later on, Sammy hits 2 consecutive half and half suplexes. However, Gunther brushes them off and drops him on a clothesline.
Oh yeah.
Then Sammy hit a nice looking tornado DDT, and then later on he attempted the Blue Thunder Bomb. However, Gunther caught him in a sleeper hold. But later on, Sammy was able to get him in the corner, caught him with the haluva kick. However, there was a kick out. Then he tried another haluva kick, but Gunther countered with a clothesline, hit a double power bomb, but Sammy kicked out.
Right.
Then Gunther, he starts to try and lay it on. Hits another power bomb. He hits a splash, and this was his undoing because he starts taking too much time. He's talking shit and bragging, and this was his undoing because then Sammy hit a top rope brain buster, then hit Gunther with 2 consecutive haluva kicks, and Gunther has fallen, and the new Intercontinental Champion is one Sami Zayn.
That was a shocker, honestly speaking. That was a good match too, but that was a shocker.
It really was.
I apologize. Say it again.
No, I'm saying, I'm with you. It really was.
Hell yeah, and I apologize to Zayn for the 2, because I was like, the match is going to be good out there. I thought Gunther was going to retain, so I'm glad I was wrong. I wanted out the one point I even apologize, saying to Sammy, yo, I apologize to yo, Sammy. My apologies, I was happy for him too. It's like, yo, who would have thought that Gunther was going to be losing at WrestleMania? Oh my God, and there was going to let Zayn be the one to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And then also, before we go to the main event, there was something I saw online that obviously a video that we made earlier didn't register through your fucking crayon eaters' heads, where Gunther was at a supermarket getting food and a juice, right?
Right.
And some crayon eater took a picture of him while he wasn't looking.
Oh wow!
Like,
That's ridiculous.
Like, yo, when are your fucking crayon eaters gonna learn, man? These wrestlers, they, as much as they enjoy interacting with y'all, signing autographs, taking pictures. Yo, leave them the fuck alone when they're on their own, man. Just like us, just like me and you, they deserve their privacy. Leave them the fuck alone. They don't want to be bothered. Don't bother them. And most certainly don't be filming them or taking their pictures without their consent.
Oh, exactly.
Like, fuck is wrong with y'all?
Exactly.
And then actually, another thing, for I want to talk about something that happened regarding the Hall of Fame ceremony, and that was with Bull Nakano. When she arrived, you know, via, you know, the airport and whatnot.
Right.
She was already being harassed by fans. And again, what the fuck is wrong with your fucking crowd eaters? Leave them the fuck alone. Like this poor woman can't even touch down and go out and get ready to get inducted without y'all niggas swarming her. And the worst part about this picture that I saw of it was this was that the biggest crown eater of all freaking had this big fucking stack of shit that he wanted her to sign.
Exactly.
And I understand, you know, having one thing or two things that you want them to sign. But dude, this dude had a stack of stuff he wanted to sign. It literally looked like a stack of vinyl records. You know, that where how big it was. And if y'all don't live under a rock, the only time somebody has that much stuff that they want somebody to sign is when they're gonna take that shit and fucking auction it off on eBay. Cause in CM Punk's words, during his pipe bomb, they doing that just to make a quick buck, because they're too fucking lazy to go out and get a real job like everybody else.
Correct.
So, all y'all niggas that be doing that, not just that crown eater, fuck him and fuck y'all too.
Exactly.
Anyways, moving on to the main event of night one, Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline, where if Seth and Cody win, the main event of night two will have the Bloodline be banned from ringside. However, if the Bloodline wins, it's Bloodline rules.
Yes.
Now, to start things off with the entrances, I was actually surprised that old boy Taki did not live up to his name. He did have an elaborate costume, however, it was not tacky.
Right. Correct.
And then The Rock had an epic ass entrance, treating it like he had a whole setup, like how you actually make it to the final boss in a video game. And then
exactly.
And then, in my opinion, the best part of the entrance was when he was standing in the middle. There was a big flaming Brahma Bull logo that he was standing in the middle of. I thought that was awesome.
Oh yeah, that shit was.
Yeah. And then of course, what Roman Reigns match that has Pat McAfee on commentary would be complete without Pat on his knees glazing Roman to no end.
Well, yeah, acknowledge my boy the Tribal Chief.
And you know, it never ceases to amaze me how much Pat glazes Roman. He's on his knees on him. I mean, hell, with as much as he was glazing him, that man was doing tricks on it.
Oh yeah, man.
Like he was doing tricks on Roman. Anyways,
A fact.
American Home Shield was sponsoring this match.
Oh
Now,
yeah,
they had a sponsor all over there for that too. Now,
that's right.
now, during the match, they actually fought outside the ring, and this was funny because The Rock, he actually, he has a position of power in WWE, and the ref was starting to count. However, The Rock straight up told the ref stop counting because if he does, he's fired.
Yes.
And I like that he did that, so the match wouldn't stop even if they were outside the ring, So he pretty much forced the ref to stop.
Exactly.
Anyways, out onto the outside, into the crowd, Reigns goes for a suplex on some sort. No, Reigns fights Cody out onto the stage, whereas The Rock was fighting Seth out in the crowd. And on the stage, Roman, he tried to go for a suplex. However, Cody countered and hit him with his own suplex.
Right.
Then, The Rock and Seth were in the ring. No. Yeah. And then The Rock briefly distracted the ref. And then when he did that, Roman clipped his leg.
Exactly.
And then while The Rock is not the legal competitor, he attacks he attacks them while not being legal. But again, the ref can't do anything because again, The Rock threatens to fire him if he does anything. And then
right, exactly.
And then The Rock The Rock further flexes his authoritative nuts when right in front of the ref he low blows Seth Rollins. But again, because he's flexing his nuts, he can't get disqualified because again, he threatened to fire the ref if he DQ'd him, and the ref can't do anything but let it slide. And hell, he even apologized to Seth. Like, Seth, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. And you gotta feel for the ref, he wants to do his job, but at the same time, he's got a family to feed,
Right.
So, so again, he can't do anything.
That's correct.
But eventually, Seth does hit the curb stomp. However, because his knee was too banged up from the match, it wouldn't let him capitalize on it. But later on, Cody and Roman get into the ring, in which Cody attempts to hit the disaster kick, but Roman counters with a Superman punch. And I don't know when it happened, but Roman got busted open.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
And unlike Cody when he got his ass whooped by The Rock, he didn't blade. Still, he was legitimately bleeding. No offense to Cody. Then, then there was the one where Cody tagged in Seth, and to which then Cody hits a top rope cutter. Well, top rope Cody cutter, same thing. And then Seth Rollins hits a frog splash. And then this part I didn't like much because Cody and Seth had a super kick party. And again, I'm not with it, but it is what it is.
I got you.
Then
that was crazy.
Then Seth hits the curb stomp onto Roman, and then Cody hits the crossroads. But before the ref can count 3, Rock yanks the ref out the ring.
Right.
And then while the ref has his back turned or something like that, Roman then low blows Cody, spears him, but there's a kick out.
Exactly. That was insane, man.
And then he locks in the guillotine onto Cody, and Cody was fighting back, but then Rock sabotages him because he trips his legs, giving Roman more leverage. But while the guillotine is locked in, Seth hits Roman with a curb stomp. Then later on, the Rock attempts the people's elbow. However, Cody hits the Cody cutter. And then Roman gets in, and then he tries to spear Cody, but Seth yanks him out the way, and he actually hits the Rock.
Yeah, that was shocking.
And I thought this was going to be the end of the match, but no, because even then there's a double pedigree, but again another kick out. Then Rock attempts to hit the Rock bottom, but Seth holds on to Rock's leg to allow Cody to regain his bearings, and then Cody actually commits move theft and hits the Rock bottom onto the Rock through the announce table. And then this is where it truly comes to an end, because then Roman spears Seth through the barricade. Then he hits 2, but then Cody then gains the advantage, and he hits 2 crossroads onto Roman. But similar to WrestleMania last year, before he could hit the 3rd, wham! He gets stopped, not because of a Samoan spike, but because The Rock pulls out that belt and whips Cody. And then this temporary opening allows Roman to regain himself, to which then he spears Cody, tags in The Rock, then The Rock hits the Rock bottom, then the People's Elbow for the win, and Night 2's main event is Bloodline Rules.
Oh, hell yeah. My boy Rock and my boy Roman beat my boy Seth and my boy Cody. That match was also a good match.
And then, of course, The Rock celebrated with his People's Championship, and he came out with it, too. And then Roman celebrated with his title with all the pyro and whatnot to end off Night 1.
Right.
Now then, on to Night 2, we had first off, Stephanie McMahon came out to welcome WrestleMania and all that. But first off, fuck you, Def Rebel, for once again ruining another theme. Because Stephanie's theme was good, but y'all just had to ruin it.
Right. I got you. I get what you're saying.
But then again, you guys for the most part couldn't make a good theme if your life depended on it.
Oh shit.
And seeing as Triple H has already been doing some great things, what he needs to do is bring back Jim Johnston.
No word.
But anyways, to start things off, we had Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the world title. CM Punk was on commentary. Wait, hold on. You were saying?
Yeah, I was saying that was a great fucking match too. But we're gonna get to as later on. Go on, my man.
Yeah. CM Punk was on commentary. He certainly made things a bit more interesting. Not that it needed to be, but still.
Yes, sir.
Then the Ulster Scottish Pipe Band pulled up, and was playing Drew McIntyre to the ring. Personally, I think it would have been better if they just performed his theme rather than his theme playing, but that's just me.
I agree with you.
Then Seth outdid him by having the Philadelphia String Association playing his theme, and then he had a giant entourage treating his entrance like friggin' Mardi Gras and like a parade. And then his attire matched it as well. And I didn't think it was possible but his attire was more flashy than it was on night one. But like I said, the whole thing was the whole match was a friggin' parade, you know?
Yeah, man. For real, it was his entrance, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Rollins' entrance, oh my God, looked like he was at a party in the Mardi Gras and the people at New Orleans, the way his entrance looked, yo.
Yeah.
Oh God. Hey man, you know what I said? I wonder if him and Lady Gaga share the same wardrobe.
Yup.
Yo. Oh my God. Rollins, that's my boy, yo, but his wardrobe and Lady Gaga's when you think about it, man.
Yo, that's cold. Oh man, I didn't think about that.
Word. He said he didn't think about that.
I mean, the only thing he's missing at this point was that time where Lady Gaga freaking had meat on her head.
Yes. Oh my God.
Anyways, on to the match. Yo, this match was crazy the second the bell rang.
Yes.
And no. I mean literally the very second the bell rang. Because literally the very second you heard the bell, bam, Drew hit the Claymore.
Hell yeah.
But of course there was a kick out. And then Drew even went as far as taking a selfie with a fan, what turned out to be his wife.
Yep.
Then, while on the outside, he attempted to hit the future shock. But he spent too much time taunting CM Punk, which allowed Seth to hit the pedigree.
Right.
And then later on, Seth got into the ring, and then Drew followed. And then as second as Drew got into the ring, Seth hit the curb stomp, but again, because of his knee and whatnot, he couldn't capitalize. Then,
oh yeah, that's crazy.
Then Drew attempted another Claymore. However, Seth ducked and hit him with the pedigree, then a curb stomp, but another kick out. Then Drew tried to go for another Claymore, but he missed. Then Seth tried to go for Seth tried to go for a super curb stomp, off the top rope, but he missed. To which then Drew tried to one-up him, hit him with the Claymore, but he missed. Then Seth tried to go for the pedigree, but Drew turned out of it, hit him with the future shock, which then that pretty much gave Drew more permission to continue to mess with CM Punk, which I'm surprised didn't cost him the match. But in any case, he hit another curb. He hit the Claymore again, but there was a kick out. And then they went to the outside, in which Seth hit the curb stomp onto the announce table. Then he dragged Drew into the ring. But Drew gathered himself, hit the Claymore, but there was still a kick out. But still, Seth didn't have anything left. Because then Drew hit another Claymore to finally put Seth away. And Drew is your new World Heavyweight Champion. He's feeling all good. Everyone's feeling all good. He's celebrating with everybody. He then brings the title to his wife. They're feeling good. And then he,
Wait, 3-1. Yo, that match is good.
yes sir. Then he decides to further rub it in Punk's face about him winning. But
Right.
but unfortunately, the good times will not last for him, because then while he isn't looking, CM Punk takes off his arm brace and pops McIntyre upside the head with it, and then beats him down with it, and then bam, out comes Damian Priest.
Yes.
And
that was crazy.
And I loved Samantha Irvin's announcement because it was revealed that Samantha Irvin, when it comes to the card, she does not know what's going on. She always likes the surprises.
Right.
So the way she announced that Priest was cashing in, that was genuine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Facts. Got you. Yo, man.
Yeah.
That you saying, period. Yo, man.
Yeah.
I had 2 predictions that was right. I let Punk was going to do something and Priest in the cash in. It turned out correct. Turned out correct.
Yep. And then, Damian Priest hit the South of Heaven to win the match, cash in successfully, and now Damian Priest is your new World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh yeah, man, hell yeah.
And of course, this does ease the pain of them losing the Undisputed Tag titles. But of course that doesn't even matter now because of this. And we gotta further give some flowers. First off, number one, we gotta give flowers to Seth Rollins for being a great World Heavyweight Champion, showing how you're supposed to be when you're a world champion, being there every day, showing up all the time, defending your title as many times as you can, showing why you're one of the best.
Hell yeah.
And also there was reports going on that both Becky and Seth are taking time off. Personally, they both need it, especially Seth, because he has some injuries that he needs to heal.
Exactly, but rumor has it it's only gonna be off TV for 4 weeks.
Hey, 4 weeks is better than nothing. They deserve this. They deserve this time off, especially I bet you they're gonna use this time to be with their kid and whatnot, spend some time with them. Yeah,
right.
Very, very good. Now, of course, also, I gotta give my flowers to Damian Priest, because so many people were talking so much shit. They were calling this guy an idiot. They were saying that he wasn't doing shit right. He was wasting his time, and hell, freaking at the end of WrestleMania Night 1, if you guys were on Twitter, number one, Damian Priest was trending, and almost every wrestling source, every wrestling podcaster, every wrestling YouTuber, everybody was coming at this guy's neck.
Yes, man, that was crazy.
Like, everybody was roasting the shit out of Damian Priest.
That's for real, man. That's crazy. I don't see why.
Because pretty much, Seth got speared through the barricade and all that shit, and he was dead to rights, and it would have been a perfect opportunity for him to cash in there. But, hey, better late than never. And then also some more flowers got to be given to Damian Priest, as he is the first Puerto Rican world champion since Pedro Morales. And that was way back when. So further flowers to Priest for that. But it gets even better, because because Priest himself, he's come a long way. Because 10 years ago, he used to be homeless.
Exactly.
So for him to go from being homeless to world champ, it's great.
Yeah, it is. Hell yeah.
So kudos to Damian Priest. Happy you won it. You deserve it. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Hell yeah.
Next up, we had the Pride, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament, AOP and Karrion Kross. This match was really something, because there was so much stuff going on. First off, Snoop Dogg was on commentary, and Snoop, Uncle Snoop, man. Let me tell you something. You ought to consider being on commentary for sports a lot more.
Facts.
Because from when he was on commentary with that Jake Paul fight to this, he has what it takes to be a commentator.
Oh yeah, he really does.
Because he was killing it.
Oh yeah.
But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. There was another special guest in Bubba Ray Dudley, who was the special guest referee.
Oh yeah.
Now
that was a factor.
Now, part of me I'm pretty sure he's still signed to TNA as Bully Ray, but this isn't this isn't Vince's WWE anymore, where he doesn't allow other talent from outside.
Exactly. The Triple H is not.
And then we're not done. There's still one more thing I'd like to bring up. Now, with Paul Ellering, despite being such a legendary manager in everything he's done, this was his first ever WrestleMania.
Exactly.
And it's crazy because I thought he might have been there with the Road Warriors, / Legion of Doom was done, but nah, this was his first ever WrestleMania. Crazy.
Yeah, facts. Good.
But during this match, the Pride, they annoyed me a bit because, like Ray, they were wearing Eagles colors.
Oh yeah, man. That was bullshit, man.
Yeah, but what you gonna do? They were in Philly, but you know what? No. Know what? Fuck that. Ray, Street Profits, Lashley. I understand y'all want to make good financial field, but if y'all gonna kiss Philly's ass, freaking wear Sixers inspired gear. Wear Phillies inspired gear. Wear Flyers inspired gear. Don't be wearing Eagle shit.
Nah, I get you for saying that. I love Bobby and Street Profits and Ray. Bobby and Street Profits especially, but I feel exactly what you're saying. Like, word, son.
But that's just me.
Nah, I agree with you.
Anyways, on to the match. The Final Testament, they got things cracking early as they were triple teaming everybody, mainly Bobby with Singapore Canes.
Word.
Then Kross hit a nice looking neck breaker on to Bobby onto a chair. Then they continued to dominate as AOP hit the Super Collider on the Street Profits.
Right.
And then there was a nice moment where B-Fab actually interfered trying to hit. Actually, no, she hit AOP with Singapore Canes, but it really didn't do much in the grand scheme of things. Considering, even though it's a weapon, she really hit it that good. Plus, Scarlet came in and hit her with a trash can, anyways.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then Angelo Dawkins, while AOP was outside, he bashed them both at the same time with a shoulder tackle.
That's a fact.
But that wasn't it, because then after the shoulder tackle, Montez Ford leaped over from the canvas to the top rope, leaped over the top rope, much to no one's surprise, with a flipping senton onto AOP.
Oh yeah.
Then Lashley locked Cross into the Hurt Lock, but Scarlett popped him in the back with a Singapore cane. To which then B-Fab got rid of Scarlett, hitting her with a bicycle kick. But then they both were done for the match as Scarlett gave B-Fab a back suplex, and they both landed through the table.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. That whole match was another good match too, bro.
Yep. Then, there was a near fall, which caused Karrion Kross to get up in Bubba Ray's face. To which then he puts on his Dudley's glasses, and then he turns around and actually spears him. To which then Bubba grabs Kross's legs, and to which then Bubba had a question he wanted to ask. A certain question. What was that question? Oh yeah, he asked, "What's that?"
Yeah.
And Docs played the role of Devon in that case.
Sir. He did.
Then Metallica, or at least James Hetfield, decided to make an early appearance as the Pride put Karrion Kross onto a table, but before they could do anything, the table broke because I am the table.
Oh, that was crazy.
But then they got another table. Then actually this one didn't break, in which Montez Ford went to the top rope, made a call to the heavens, which they answered graciously as he hit a frog splash through the table for the win.
You're right. Crazy.
And one would think this has to be the end of their feud,
Right. That's a fact. I hope this ends their feud. That match is also great.
Yeah, to which the Pride finally got their revenge. They took out the Final Testament, so now they're moving on to other things.
Right.
Anyways, moving on, we have AJ Styles versus LA Knight.
Oh yeah, man.
And Slim Jim was sponsoring this match.
Oh yeah, it's a fact.
But also, AJ Styles, as was reported, and it turned out to be true, he got a new theme.
Yeah, that's correct.
And I can't even front. The new theme was fire.
Yeah, it was.
But
it was.
But after his pyro went off, he wasted no time because he then ran down the ramp and rushed the ring to start the match.
Right.
But LA Knight did eventually regain the upper hand, hitting a springboard tornado DDT. But,
Oh yeah.
but AJ wasn't to be outdone, as he hit an electric chair into the turnbuckle and then turned it into a German suplex, then rolled from it and hit a back suplex.
Oh yeah.
But LA Knight, refusing to go down, fought back and hit an avalanche German suplex. But
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
yeah, but later on, AJ locks in the calf killer, but LA Knight doesn't tap, and then AJ tries his springboard 450 splash, but Knight gets his knees up to prevent it. Then later on, AJ tries to hit the phenomenal forearm, but he gets knocked off the ropes. To which then LA Knight hits blunt force trauma to win the match.
That's right.
And good on LA Knight. He also got his ounce of revenge because AJ's ducking and dodging.
Right.
Moving on.
That match is also good, if I think.
Yeah, I agree. And moving on, we have Logan Paul defending the United States title against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Now, first off, everybody who hates Logan Paul, all y'all can suck it. He's here and he's here to stay. If he wasn't, then that prime bottle wouldn't be in the ring, in the middle of the ring. And I don't care what y'all say. You know, that sponsor in the middle of the ring is a good thing. You know, it's extra money in WWE's pocket.
Right. Honestly speaking, you know, that match was good too, but I really wasn't expecting Logan Paul to retain.
Hey, you know, I'm glad he did because it gave me permission to rub it in people's faces. I just wish I'd put money on it.
I got you.
Well, in any case, first off, Logan Paul came out first, which I don't know why he came out first because he's the champion. But in any case, he came out on a monster truck that had a big prom bottle on it, and then similar to last year, there was somebody in a prom bottle costume following him to the ring. Now, honestly, I thought it was KSI again, but I'll get into who it really was. Then Kevin Owens decides to do a Philly tribute a way that I didn't get mad, in which he gave a tribute to ECW, in which both his attire and his graphics all are ECW inspired. And then he even went as far as taking a page out of the Go Home show of SmackDown and showing up in a golf cart.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. And then he drove it down the ramp, but then Randy Orton came out and he actually backed up. And then he eventually got Randy Orton to ride onto it, and then they both drove down.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
I thought that was funny.
Nah, I think so too.
Then, to start the match, you know, Logan tries to do the whole let the other two fight and I do nothing thing, but you know, but they saw right through that. Plus, they don't like him, so they attacked him. Then they hit him. They were torturing him at this point. They did Orton's backdrop onto a table. They started doing that multiple times. That shit was wild.
It was.
Then of course, Logan shows why he's better than he why he's better than than Hangman Adam Page, as he hits 2 buckshot lariats on he hits a double buckshot lariat, hitting both KO and Orton at the same time. Then,
right. That's crazy.
Yeah. Then, KO attempts to hit a swanton, but Logan gets his knees up, and then Logan shows him how it's done, and hits him with a swanton. Then, upon getting up, he hits a standing frog splash to Orton. Great athleticism by Logan Paul.
Gotcha.
But Orton turns things around as he hits a double draping DDT to both KO and Orton. Then KO hits a nice looking moonsault onto Logan, but then Orton hits the RKO onto Kevin Owens, but KO kicks out, and then the Prime Bottle hands I think it was the Prime Bottle hands Logan some brass knuckles, which he's able to pop Orton with, but Orton kicks out. But then while Logan's freaking out, he gets RKO'd, but Orton can't capitalize on it. Then he sets up the punt kick to Logan. However, he gets pulled out of the ring. Logan gets pulled out of the ring, and the Prime Bottle, the person in the Prime Bottle reveals their face to be I Show Speed.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
And I really don't follow streamers like that, but I do just barely know I Show Speed.
Right.
But in any case, Orton then yanks the Prime Bottle costume off of I Show Speed, and then RKO's him onto the announce table. And I thought it was funny on social media where Orton actually wished I Show Speed he wished him well.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, KO actually hits Logan with the pop-up powerbomb, and then he hits Orton with the stunner, but Orton kicks out. Then he tries to pop-up powerbomb on Orton, but in typical Orton fashion, caught him lacking with the RKO. However, like I predicted, he threw him out the ring. Logan Paul threw Orton out the ring, and then he hit an amazing looking frog splash for the win.
Yeah, he did. It's a fact.
Like, first off, this man got up. He got up. He showed Montez Ford level of hops when he hit the frog splash.
Oh yeah, he did.
But congratulations to Logan Paul on another successful title reign. And and even though I'm pretty sure he was in a lot of pain, I bet you I Show Speed was smiling, realizing that his interference was worth it.
Right.
Moving on, we have Io Sky taking on Bayley for the Women's Championship.
Right.
Bayley had this pretty cool looking Egypt style entrance for herself, and she has a new theme.
Yes.
But anyways, on to the match. To start things off, Io, she tried to do a splash off the barricade, but Bayley caught her and turned it into a power slam. Then, while in the ring, they show off their their chain wrestling prowess, constantly doing standing switches.
Oh yeah,
that is until Bailey hits a sunset flip powerbomb, which lands with Io's head on the bottom turnbuckle.
Right.
But Io later on hits a German suplex. Then she rolls through and hits another German suplex.
Correct. That's crazy too.
Yep. Then later on, Io did attempt an over the moonsault. However, Bailey got her legs up, and I think she kicked Io in the face.
Right, bro, that was crazy.
Yeah. Then Bailey hit a Bailey to belly. However, Io did kick out. Then Io did hit an over the moonsault this time, but Bailey kicked out.
That's correct.
Then she tried to take a page out of Super Crazy's playbook, in which she hit a moonsault off the bottom turnbuckle, then a moonsault off the medium turnbuckle. Then she tried to hit it on the top turnbuckle, but Bailey countered.
Oh, word. That's correct.
Then Bailey attempted the rose plant, but Io countered. But Bailey countered back and was able to hit the Macho Man elbow drop. Then another rose plant for the win, and Bailey is the new women's champion.
Hell yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was another great match too, yo.
Much deserved. Congrats to Bailey for adding another title to the collection.
Hell yeah, my girl Bailey won.
Yep. Now, I'm not going to break into the chant, but all I'm going to say is that it's 3 B's. And,
oh yeah, man.
And if you know, you know. If not, oh well. But it's 3 B's with Bailey. It's 3 B's.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, the time has come for the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Universal title. And because of what happened at night 1, it is Bloodline rules.
Yes, sir. My boy's Roman versus my boy Cody.
Now, I can't even front. This orchestra came out playing Roman to the ring. I can't even front. That shit was pretty dope. It actually reminded me of WrestleMania, I think 24, when John Cena came to the ring with a high school marching band playing his theme.
Yes, it was 24. I remember that. Yeah.
So yeah, that orchestra reminded me of that, and they did a pretty good job with Roman's theme.
Yep, they did.
But of course, as always, what Roman Reigns' entrance or match would be complete without Pat McAfee dropping his pants, doing tricks on Roman.
Oh Lord, come on, I got to acknowledge my boy, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, man.
He's glazing him like a motherfucker. He's doing Olympic tricks on it. He's got his mouth doing the two-handed Gawk 5000.
Oh wow.
With no gag reflex.
Oh wow.
Anyways, on to the match. Roman gets things cracking, popping Cody with a Singapore cane. Then I didn't even know about this, but along with Prime being the sponsor, they had a big shelf or whatever that had a bunch of Prime bottles and shit, to which Roman threw Cody into, and then there was a giant Prime bottle in which he hit Cody with it. Speaking of Prime, I don't know if I said this during the predictions, but I actually did try Prime. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I did see that you did.
It tastes like Arizona, if I'm being honest.
Oh, cool.
Anyways,
Cool.
back to the match. Roman, he attempted a suplex outside onto a platform, but and the platform was out on in the crowd, but Cody counters and hits him with a suplex of his own.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I did see that match. Oh my God, this match. Oh God.
Yeah, you know, and and then they were kicking each other multiple times. Thankfully, it wasn't on no super kick party shit, but they were kicking each other. That is until they caught each other with dual clotheslines.
Right.
Then Roman actually commits gimmick infringement or copyright infringement, move thief, whatever you want to say, as he hits Cody with crossroads.
Crazy.
Then later on, he attempted a Superman punch, but Cody countered with the Dusty Rhodes combination and the Bionic Elbow. But later on, Roman low blows Cody, and again, Bloodline rules, so anything goes.
Yes, sir.
Then Roman powerbombs Cody through a table. Then
Right.
he attempts a spear, but Cody counters with the Cody cutter.
Right.
And then Cody returns the favor of copyright infringement and spears Roman.
Yeah, I seen that.
Then he hits Crossroads and then before he could get a second off, out comes Jimmy Uso and he hits him with a super kick. But then Jey Uso comes out to fight off Jimmy. And then the Usos fight on the stage, which then end up with Jey spearing Jimmy off the stage and through a table.
Right.
Then Roman gets speared by Cody once again through a barricade. Then he hits 2 crossroads, and then like last year's WrestleMania, he was going for the third, but Solo comes out, hits the Samoan spike, and then Solo and Roman hit the Samoan spike and the spear at the same time, but Cody kicks out. Then, bam! Out comes John Cena, who gets his revenge against Solo Sikoa, takes him out, hits Roman with the attitude adjustment, then hits Solo with the attitude adjustment through a table. But then, bam! Out comes The Rock, in which he hits Cena with the rock bottom. Then, bam! The Shield, out of all the things, the Shield's music hit. And I'll be honest, at this point, I thought Mox was going to come out.
Yeah, we all did.
And everybody was looking around, Rock was looking around. I'm like, what the hell is happening? What's going on? And then, turned out Seth was going to attack The Rock, but
Roman Superman puncher.
Yeah. Roman caught him with a Superman punch before he could hit The Rock. Then Roman, no, and then as The Rock is about to handle Seth, bang! Out comes Undertaker.
Yes.
And a little interesting bit about this was that initially, like my predictions were, as we said for the predictions, Steve Austin, he was actually supposed to come out, but WWE didn't.
Yeah.
But apparently WWE didn't cut the check, so so
yep, that's right. News spoke about that yesterday.
So y'all should have cut the check to Steve Austin, but hey, Undertaker's next best thing. We still got a great moment. It's all good. Then Roman finally paid back Seth for his betrayal all those years ago, nailing him in the back with a steel chair.
Right.
But as the ending of the match would show, Roman decided to choose revenge over winning the match.
Correct.
And he once again proved that in some cases, revenge is a fool's game.
All right.
But in any case, then Roman attempts to spear Cody, but Cody counters with three crossroads, and yes, he's finally able to get the third crossroads for the win, and Cody has completed the story and has won the undisputed Universal title. And first off, I gotta give it to Cody because I thought after they lost the tag match that I thought he was screwed.
Right. Now I got you. Honestly speaking, I'm glad. Honestly speaking, like, I'm glad my boy rocked in the tournament. I'm glad I was wrong about that. I wanted my boy Roman to retain. I want my boy Cody to win. I mean, the match was good, man. This WrestleMania was great.
Yeah, and then also I gotta give it to Samantha Irvin once again. When she announced Cody as the winner, she was emotional. You could hear her voice breaking and whatnot.
Exactly.
And first off, for everybody that was talking shit about her being unprofessional and whatnot, shut the fuck up. She was being a great announcer. Because first off, I think it was a very good idea on her part not wanting to know the outcomes of the match. Just so she's also surprised along with the fans.
Exactly.
And then for her to have that emotion when announcing that further, in my opinion, credits her as an announcer.
Exactly. That's correct.
But but I will say, is she the greatest announcer of all time? No, but she is goated. She is among the best, but she isn't the best in my opinion.
I understand perfectly.
Will she become the best? Honestly, she's on the right track to be in, but she still got a ways to go.
Yeah, that's a fact. She does.
But this was great because Cody was celebrating with everybody. Literally, superstars came out. Mama Rhodes came out. Brandy's father was there. Brandy was there. He was celebrating with everybody. Great moment.
Oh yeah, it was.
And then also it was then revealed via somebody else that recorded that when Roman walked up to the back, he was crying, and the wise man consoled him.
Right.
And even though I don't like Roman, I'll admit, you have a long title reign like that, and then for it to lose in such dramatic fashion, that has to be a gut punch. In a way, I have to compare that to a very fond memory where let's take y'all back to 2007. The New England Patriots were 17-0, completed the entire regular season without so much as a single loss. Then they coast through the playoffs. They make it to the Super Bowl. But who stands in their way? None other than them boys. The boys in blue, even though they were wearing red and white, because they were away. The New York Giants, baby.
Yeah, baby, you know it.
And sure, yes. They were the underdogs, but that did not matter. The Giants are used to facing facing people with the odds being against them because they work well when they work best when they're the underdogs.
Oh yeah.
And what did they do? They walked in. They saw their undefeated record, and Eli Elite Manning, he was like, that's a nice little streak you got there. You know, be ashamed if somebody snapped it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
And what did he do? He broke that streak. Giants won the Super Bowl, ending the Patriots season, and before they could finish off a perfect season, they lost it. They lost it in the Super Bowl. So honestly, I compare Roman's loss to that.
Oh boy. Come on, man. You're acting like Trump boy Roman Reigns.
No. It makes sense because, you know, they're for the most part, you know, it looked like nobody could stop them, right or wrong.
Right. I got you.
And then, you know, comes their final opponent, and they lost.
Right.
But overall, WrestleMania and Stand and Deliver, first off, I'm not going to compare the two because they both brought their A game.
Yeah, they did.
Both nights of WrestleMania were great. There was, you know, a few, like 1 or 2 rotten parts in between, but overall, WrestleMania 40 was nothing short of great. I definitely fully enjoyed it. But
oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, but to end things off, I'm gonna say this, and this is just my opinion. Everyone else free to their opinion. WrestleMania 40 is not better than WrestleMania X7.
I agree.
They gave them a bit of run for their money, but there was still too much that went wrong, and there was still two bigger moments that happened in WrestleMania X7 for WrestleMania 40 to compete with it. And for anybody trying to say that the main event was better, no, it wasn't. The reason why I say this is because they needed tons of pieces in order to make that main event as crazy as it was. Whereas in the main event of WrestleMania X7, they only needed 3 things, which was the competitors in the match and Mr. McMahon. That's it.
Right.
But I'm not gonna take anything away further from WrestleMania 40. It was great. I loved it. I can't wait to see what the future and new era holds for WWE. Stand and Deliver was great. I want to see what NXT holds for it. And yeah,
both were great.
And to end, and you know, furthermore, this was a great these were great pay-per-views.
Yes, they were.
And with that being said, that's gonna do it for this video. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boys. I definitely want to thank the Humble Man, as always, for coming through, kicking his wrestling knowledge.
Yeah, you already know my man Cos Payton always gonna come through, kicking my wrestling knowledge with you. You already know that's how it's gonna go down always and shit.
Yep. And you know, when we doing this, it's just a thing, and that's all it is.
Hell yeah.
Nah, man. You ain't say the rest.
All I know is that's how it is. That's how it's gonna be.
That's what I'm saying. So if y'all enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, while at Struggle Vision Productions, it's the Hitman and the Humble Man. And if you see us coming, run.